Brass players, I have something super cool to show you today. So this is a bugle that I inherited from my uncle. He was a big antique collector. He loved studying the old wars, and he found this German-made bugle. And I don't know much about it. If I zoom in a little bit on the name here, I don't know if anyone is a historical buff and could tell me a little bit about that. But it is super cool. As you notice, there are no valves. So the bugles back in the day did not have any valves like a modern trumpet, and we'll talk about that in a second. So what can you play on these things? Well, since there's no valves, you are stuck to the harmonic series. And that's why a lot of the classic military bugle calls only use those notes, because there were no valves to get any of the other notes in the scale. Now this thing has what I assume is like a belt clip, but it also has this hook. It does make them jangle around a little bit when they play, but it's still super cool. I kind of want to get this finished, like the mouthpiece is stuck and the tuning slide is like totally stuck. But I want to send this into a shop and get it refurbished because this thing is super cool. Now let's compare this for a second to a modern trumpet. So a modern trumpet has these 3 valves, and you have some tuning slides here for your first and your third valve. But the thing about a modern trumpet is that these extra tubes only work if you're pressing the valve down. So for example, if I take out the first valve slide, I take out the second valve slide, I take out the third valve slide, as long as I'm not pressing a valve, it doesn't use any of those, and then you basically have a bugle, more or less. Now, if you notice, this bugle is a lot lower than this trumpet. So I wanted to figure out what key it's in. So the trumpet makes a concert B flat in its lowest partial. And listen to this guy. So this makes a concert E flat for its lowest partial. And it's actually pretty nice because when you're doing a lot of these songs that only use the notes from the harmonic series, they're a lot easier to pull off if the instrument is a little bit lower. So not only is the bugle lower pitched, but it's also more conical, kind of like a cornet. And a trumpet is more cylindrical, meaning the tube kind of stays more or less the same diameter until it gets to the bell flare. And this makes the trumpet a little bit brighter sounding than the bugle. I can't quite get down to a concert E flat. I can press all 3 valves and get down to a concert E-ish. So I'll try that, but I'll let you hear the difference in the tone of the 2 instruments. So it kind of has the smoothness of a euphonium, which is super cool. Have you ever tried a bugle or heard one in person? Let us know in the comments below.